Hi, welcome to Road by Culture. I'm your host, Kevin Isley. Today we're going to talk about rules of the road. One of the big questions I get asked from new cyclists that I know is, am I allowed to take the lane and when can I do so? Well, the quick answer is, if you're moving at the flow of traffic or the posted speed limit, you can ride wherever you want in that lane. But if you're not riding at the posted speed limit or the flow of traffic, then you need to ride as far to the right as possible or practical, except in the instance of making a lawful left-hand turn, avoiding an obstacle, where the road gets too narrow, or where you're coming upon a right turn lane. Then you must go over to the left and take the entire lane so the traffic can make a lawful right-hand turn. Most laws towards cyclists are geared towards keeping traffic flowing and not causing congestion. So if you keep that in mind, you realize, oh, if I'm going a little too slow, I need to go all the way over to the right. But if the speed limit is posted at 25 miles an hour and you're riding 25 miles an hour and you're taking the whole lane and cars are behind you honking, it's because you are impeding them from speeding and breaking the law. This is not your problem. This is their problem. And riding side by side will keep you safer when you're going the posted speed limit or the flow of traffic. What is a bicycle lane? Well, a bicycle lane is something that the city or state has designated as a place for cyclists to ride. It's usually off to the right of the road, and it will be identified, at least in the state of California, by having a cyclist painted on the bike lane. This says this is only for bicycles, and that is where you are supposed to ride. Now, a lot of Uber drivers and just cars or delivery trucks like to park in bicycle lanes. That means you have to go out into traffic and avoid this obstacle. This is lawful. You are not required to get off your bike and go on a sidewalk because somebody's taking up your bicycle lane. But what do you do when a bicycle lane ends? Well, you go back into the flow of traffic. If you cannot ride the posted speed limit of that lane, you must stay as far to the right as practical. This brings up another question. What does it mean as far as right as practical? Because a motorist wants you to ride all the way over to the edge, all the way next to the parked cars. But if there's parked cars, you need to ride beyond the threshold of an opening door so that door can open freely and you can pass by, not jeopardizing your safety, the safety of the driver, or the safety of a child who might be getting out on the wrong side of the car. Parking lanes are not bicycle roads. Some motorists, especially in Sausalito, because there's a whole bunch of parking spaces, but there's no bicycle lane right there. And cars expect us to ride all the way over there where there's no parked cars. Now, if there is no bike lane, by California law, you are allowed to take the lane. Any roadway that does not have a bicycle lane means the entire roadway is a bicycle lane. If you're watching my channel, you're a cyclist. You're probably not riding a beach cruiser somewhere. That means you can usually have a good pace when you're riding. So you need to ride with the flow of traffic, not against it. It is illegal in the state of California to ride against the flow of traffic. You must always ride within the flow of traffic. Stay with the cars. You're going to be safer. So what about riding on a sidewalk? We're not allowed to ride on sidewalks. In certain areas, it's required that you do ride on a sidewalk. And if you do ride on a sidewalk and you don't want to get a ticket, you're kind of supposed to walk your bike or ride less than 10 miles an hour. A cop can actually pull you over on a sidewalk for riding on a sidewalk for going more than 10 miles an hour. And I understand this because if you're going too fast, you can't react to pedestrians. And the pedestrians that scare me the most are little children and the elderly. Little children have really erratic movement and the elderly have almost no movement. They can't react to what you're doing. Another question I get, are cyclists allowed to ride on highways? Technically, yes, in certain areas and in certain situations. Are you allowed to ride on the 405 freeway in Los Angeles? You're not. You're allowed to ride on I-5 in the middle of nowhere? You are. I live in the state of California, and the rules I got are specific to California. Wherever you live, because I know I have viewers from all over the world, all over this country, and every state and every country has different rules. But what I hope this video helps you with is knowing that there are rights that we have under the vehicle code of your state or country. You need to look them up. So the best way to do it is to type in Illinois vehicle code /bicycle. Scroll down your Google search. Don't click on a .com. They're trying to sell you something. Don't click on a .org. They may not have all the pertinent information. You want to click on the .gov. It's hard reading. It's really wordy, but you will be able to find what you need to know for your laws. Well, I think that just about covers it. A very small portion of the vehicle code and how that applies to cyclists. There's a lot more information here, and I plan to do new videos on other laws that pertain to cyclists. But these are the most important laws because this is what happens to us every day on the bike. And if you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. And remember, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, I'm everywhere, people. And until the next time, I hope to see you out there on the road.